everyone. Today we are going to look at applying textures to photos. You can see for the background picture of my desktop, this is one of my more popular photos, and you can see I have a texture applied, a cloud texture, which you can really see in the reds here and in the sky a little bit. So how do we do this? This is actually very, very easy to do. It may look difficult, but actually it's very simple. So I'm going to show you how to do this with Photoshop. You might be able to use some other programs, but I don't know how to with other programs. I just know Photoshop best, so we are going to use that. So open Photoshop and open your image in Photoshop. We're going to use this image of mine. And then find some textures. I have a textures folder here, actually. Now you can either make textures yourself by just taking a photo of something interesting. Like, for example, this is a canvas, this is a stone surface, concrete surface maybe. Or if you look on the internet, you can find plenty of free textures. Like, for example, these I think were from a Flickr group that gives away free textures. Now be careful when you use free textures from the internet. Some people, they will let you use their textures freely, but they want you to mention their name or give them a link if you publish a photo using their texture. So anyways, find a texture you like, find some textures, and once you do that, I want you to apply them to the photo like this. Simply grab a texture and move it over to Photoshop. Now this might be a little different on Windows. I'm using Macintosh here, but it's probably similar. So anyways, once you drag the texture into Photoshop, you'll have something like this. Now I want you to drag this and cover your image completely. Then press Enter. And so now it's covering the image. Now we're going to go over here to the Layers panel. And notice here where it says Normal. We're going to change this. Let's change it to Soft Light. Interesting. Notice the texture is applied. It has darkened the photo down a little bit, but it's kind of very light. It's very subtle. We can barely see it. If we want to make it a little stronger, let's pick Hard Light. And now it's definitely stronger here, we can see. Now also, you might try Overlay sometimes. That gives kind of a middle, light, strong, kind of in the middle overlay. Now we do have some other options that might give you interesting results. Like Subtract might give an interesting result. But overall, here's also another interesting result. Overall though, I would stick with these three here, mainly, most of the time. So we have our texture applied. Now let's look at some of the things we can do next. So this is at 100%. If we like the effect here from Hard Light, but we just want it a little less strong, we can drop the opacity a little bit. So that's one thing you can do. Now another thing you can do is be selective about where we apply this texture. Let's see, for example, in this photo, maybe I don't want the texture here at the end of the Torii tunnel. So how do I erase it in just this part? Well, make sure you have the texture layer selected, and then go down here and apply a layer mask like this. You should see the layer mask here, a white rectangle. Then select a brush, that's just B. Select a brush and make sure your foreground color is black. Now select an opacity here. Do I want to erase all of it, 100%? Do I want to erase just a little bit? Let's erase most in this case, so about 80% maybe. And then simply paint out where you don't want the texture. Like this. Pretty cool, huh? And now, of course, you can keep applying textures if you want. Let's find another good one here. I like these canvas textures. This is actually similar to the grungy one I already have applied, but it's kind of interesting. And let's try soft light with this. Let's try hard light with this. Yeah, let's use that. I normally don't publish photos with textures this strong, but for this tutorial, maybe this is interesting for you. And that is basically all. When we are finished, we can then just go up here to File, Save As, and save as a JPEG image. So, see, I told you that was pretty easy, huh? Well, enjoy. I hope this helps. And if you make any interesting photos, then send me an email or send me a tweet and give me a link to the photo so I can see. Okay, guys, thank you for watching. And thank you for reading my website. If you're looking at this on YouTube, then please visit my website. That's japandave.com. So thank you for watching, and I will talk to you next time.